my dream gig TV show is somebody to follow me across the country, and I can walk from Maine to California and like interview people as I walk from Maine to California. Like that's my fucking dream.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I walk 25 miles a day during the summer anyway, so it wouldn't even be a big deal for me to do it. It would just be me doing what I normally do, but leaving where I live. But even then, if the earth is flat, it doesn't fucking matter at all.
It makes it easier, really.
True.
You're not going to, it's not as much work on your legs.
I wish flat earth meant there were no hills. Look out. All right, here's Kyrie.
You said you're joking, and then you weren't joking. So which is it?
Okay.
Good start.
You know what it was. You fucking know. When he said he was joking, it was to get people to stop bugging him online. I've apologized before. You know, I've had to apologize. The only real way to fucking do it is to just be like, you know, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
It's easy.
Yeah. Don't say you're joking though. Like I think I was joking is bad.
That's hard.
Yeah. You said you were joking and then you said you're serious. Why didn't he just stick with joking and then sit at home and be like, the earth is so flat? He's not in public.
Well, I mean, hopefully after this, I'm done answering.
Good. Let's clear it up for good. You never have to be asked again.
For good. I mean, people are going to ask me regardless, but
I think this is really funny because now he's in the same situation now that he was in 2018 when this happened.
I mean, I'm just searching his name and the phrase flat earth on Twitter, and it's just constantly people are talking to this guy about being there's no living. He actually probably, instead of apologizing, he should have like tripled down on it and could have been like, he could have gotten like speaking gigs or something. He could have written a book. Oh yeah.
One of my dreams in this whole world is like I'm telling you all my hopes and dreams, I guess. One of my ideas.
That's the power of the apology, really. It opens you up. And
one of me and Brett's ideas very early on was to make a website for Street Fight that is a libertarian website where we just say that we're libertarians and it's got all this info. We would record a couple, like 2 or 3 fake libertarian podcasts so that if you click the link, it would play a libertarian podcast so that we could get hired to do libertarian conferences and then goof on them on stage. But very lazy when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But I think it would be so fun to convince people you're a libertarian and then do conferences and fucking.
Yeah, or even just like upload the same episodes, but with just like different title, different SEO, and send it into libertarian podcast world and see, maybe they'd be into it. Maybe you could just trick them that way.
Line, I wonder what you're thinking. Behind those eyes, I can see your gears spinning fast. Adeline, I understand your inhibitions, but listen to me please, and I will ease your mind. 'Cause I've had a lot of time to think about what I'd say to you. There's nothing to say, but if you'd be so kind as to listen to my last confession. I love you, Adeline. Adeline, I really hear me, 'cause I love you dearly, and I need you to know. Where they're lying, I can't live without you. So please let me tell you what I came here to say. Won't you listen to me? 'Cause I've had a lot of time to think about what I'd say to you. Maybe you're right, and there's nothing to say. But if you'd be so kind as to listen to my last confession, baby. I love you, baby. I need your love. Adeline. I love you. I need you. Adeline. I love you. I need you, baby. Adeline. Oh, I need you.
Patriot Takes is like a really stupid, like it's like a making fun of liberals, but like, or making fun of conservatives, but in like a really crummy, not funny way.
Like the libs of TikTok guy, right? Like it's
Yeah. No, it is it is there. It's like the Krasensteins if they were doing like The Onion.
I was about to say it seems like something run by the Crass. It says they're partnered with Midas Touch, and I recognize that name. I feel like that's like Krasenstein adjacent, maybe. But that's
It
one of
is.
those like what is it? Occupy Democrats, which is run
Yes.
by like a different set of identical twins from Florida, apparently.
No.
Which is so
They got in trouble last week. Occupy Democrats did.
I didn't. What did they do?
They didn't apologize
Oh, okay.
because they're so like they don't care. But they what they did was they outed somebody's daughter, a Republican politician's daughter, and or they had been outed, and they started like hitting her with shots for like being like gay and having conservative parents.
Right.
So people were like, that's inappropriate. I don't think you should do that.
Yeah. The Krasensteins are apparently in like a big like Bitcoin scam thing right now, or some sort of NFT thing, which is like the least surprising thing ever. But it's like a website called like BitClout. And
I've heard of it.
That's their big thing right now. Yeah, I need to kind of delve a bit deeper into it because they really fell off the map the past like 2 or 3. Did they get banned from Twitter? Am I missing things? They did. Okay.
Yeah, they got caught making extra accounts.
Right, because they were like pretending they were like posting as their wives or something, which is so good.
They were also,
guys.
I think they were
Hello, Street Fighters. How are you doing? Having a good time? I bet you are, because you just tuned into the #1 anarcho comedy radio show on any station across the nation. TV/Street Fight Radio. My mic is barking at me right now. Sparking. We're also here live in Columbus, Ohio. WCRS FM, LP, Community Radio, 92.7, 98.3. Add it to your radio dial. You'll never expect what you hear when you tune into WCRS. It's going to be the best thing that you didn't know you need. And we have a lot of community programming coming out of Columbus that's available at WCRSFM.org. Our longtime supporters, and reason that we can pretend that we are our official news people. I press passes. That's all. It's press passes for protests.
Yeah,
they've helped me with that. I appreciate that.
Nobody will let us backstage anymore.
Yeah,
but
we need to do that. We need to do like entertainment reporting. I want to report on Shinedown when they come through town for WCRS.
Okay,
yeah, I do that.
I don't know if people from WCRS
I want to hear a cold
like that.
I want to report on the Cold concert.
Stupid girl.
I told everybody last week on the Minion Death Cult show about Sons of Anarchy guy and how Jim embarrassed the fuck out of him.
He looked pissed.
He got roasted, dude. Jim saluted him and said Mr. President to him.
Yeah, he looked mad, but you know what? He was wearing a Sons of Anarchy cut, and don't do that.
Troubled youth. That's some real troubled youth there.
Don't do that. You're not in a motorcycle gang. I saw a guy in a motorcycle gang when I was there on Saturday. Had like a real motorcycle gang cut on, and I was like, I hope he sees the Sons of Anarchy cut guy. I mean, you know what? The Sons of Anarchy guy doesn't need to get his ass whipped. He just needs to cut the malarkey and don't cosplay in public. Like, he loves the show.
Yeah.
Guys that wear Sons of Anarchy cuts really love the show, and it's okay.
It means a lot to them. It's their only family.
Yeah.
Only empathy they got is for Jax.
Yeah, so now I have to be nice. I'm trying to be nice to him in my head, but it's like he's in
trouble. Yeah, he's in trouble. He's a wayward youth. He needs to be collected.
We need to get this guy into something a little more fucking wholesome.
But how can you be so off the wall socially to the point that you dress up like a motorcycle gang person, but you could probably just join a motorcycle gang. Like, they accept deranged people all the fucking time too. You know, you could just actually join a motorcycle gang.
I think it's hard to join a motorcycle gang, according to the information I know from Sons of Anarchy, the show I've seen every episode of. That's where all of my knowledge of motorcycle.
Well, his too. This is his too. So this is all he knows. So he's very limited by that thought.
I mean, it seems like there was a guy in Sons of Anarchy that was a on a probationary period for the whole show. You know what I mean? Like, it was a big deal when he wasn't on probation in like the last season or something. And it's like, you know, that seems hard. That's better than fucking time. That's like 6 years.
Yeah, it's better than wearing a Sons of Anarchy cut in public.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if there are
put the time into drug running. Learn how much an eighth is. Look how many grams that is. You know, learn about illegal stuff.
I don't know if there are a lot. I don't believe, and this is just me, and everybody can yell at me or whatever. I don't believe there are very many motorcycle gangs anymore. And most of them are just like community service situations where they do Toys for Tots and stuff like that. I don't think there's very many like doing crime motorcycle gang guys, because the motorcycles are so expensive.
Not to get an old dirty one, not to get an old one that like some guy in the suburbs rode for 500 miles on Facebook Marketplace and fix up though.
Yeah, people are going to.
There are plenty of rednecks, and plenty of criminals, and it's definitely in the grasp of plenty of criminals.
It just feels like it's the same thing as like.
It's not, or it's like talking about the Bloods and the Crips. It's just guys that sell federal crime drugs and have a motorcycle instead of a car.
Yeah, instead of a car. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there are very
That's the
many, but you're
extent.
right. It's like the Bloods and the Crips. It's like the Mafia, which is like just really a bunch of like, you know, a loosely affiliated
fairy tales.
Yeah, a loosely affiliated group of like dudes that do like some crime.
Criminals that have a style.
And follow the rules. They have to follow rules. That's like criminals that have rules, I guess.
That's what the
that
public
is.
thinks.
Yeah.
That's the public doesn't know anything about it because it's all from TVs.
Yeah.
Because it's all Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe in motorcycle gangs. I don't think they exist. But if they do, I want to be in one that rides ninjas instead of those stupid Harleys.
I mean, I saw some that made me fucking tremble in California. There were some people
Oh,
that
yeah?
I was very fucking afraid of in California.
I saw them too.
They weren't Redwood originals. They were something else, and I could feel the heat radiating off, the hatred like radiating off of their fucking skin. Like it was the sun. They were bouncing all of the heat from the sun, turning it into hatred and firing it right at me as they walked into a gas station at the same time.
I would agree with you on that. I remember those people. I never forgot them. Those people were in a motorcycle gang.
They were.
I'll agree with that.
Okay, thank you.
Some motorcycle gang guy's gonna get like on.
He had the
YouTube one day.
craziest. It was just said like killer or something across his throat. It was just so intense. It was like, fuck, dude.
It is intense. The throat tattoo with a word.
Not like, and not done by Mr. Clown. Like this wasn't done in LA. This was done by somebody that didn't know how to tattoo.
Yes. That's cool though. That's
A guy that goes by murder, tattooed killer on a guy that goes by killer. You know.
That's cool. I mean, a guy that goes by murder. I like that.
Sure.
That's a cool dude. But
Yeah.
yeah,
My
yeah.
craziest friend that I had, he bought a tattoo machine and tattooed the word murder on his arm.
That's kind of cool.
He just wanted to be intimidating.
Yeah, that's why you call yourself murder, and then it doesn't even really work. Like people are not.
I know people
intimidated.
say it like it's a teddy bear thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
people
like-
get like people. I think get bummed that they follow a guy named Murder Brian that doesn't talk about really extreme stuff.
Sure.
You know,
We're let down.
Did I
We're
get
teased.
one? Did I get one in this
What?
week? I just I haven't done a show since we did the since the Roe v. Wade thing. I haven't done any radio, and I posted a thing that was like the most lying thing that could ever have been posted, like in a way
On one day, on this day.
on that day. So I said I walked up to a person who was pro-life.
Oh, yeah.
And I said to him, it's interesting how you're pro-life, but for the death penalty. And they said, I never thought about it like that, and changed their mind, and now they're pro-choice. I mean, I don't know. I got yelled at. I couldn't mute I didn't want to mute the tweet.
No, you got to see what kind of trash that. Like, you can get anything from that.
Yeah.
You're getting scolded in a million different ways. There's probably new ways to get scolded you on Earth.
I like the people that said I got conned. Because that's the...
Let me tell you what, brother. He didn't change a goddamn thing in his mind. He lied to you. I'm sorry to be the one to break it.
And then I was such a prick about it too, because then
No way.
I replied to it later on and said a lot of people are calling this a lie, and that's just sad the way that social media makes people not trust people. And then I called
the
myself
best.
a hero, I think too.
You're talking like a real celebrity now. You sound
Yeah.
like an actual celebrity.
And people were just so mad. Wow, why do you think this was going to change the world? And I was like, a few simple words can change the world.
Like that.
I don't know why people don't just like
Everybody drop their guns. No more war, man.
when I'm on Twitter and I see something that looks like it's gonna piss me off, something that's like, okay, yeah, this is something that pisses me off. I click the profile and look at where it's coming from first. That's
Okay.
the first move I make.
Judge the messenger.
Yeah, because you don't want to accidentally be serious about something that somebody's fucking around with you.
Yeah, I mean, you're stuck. You created a multiverse of madness here yourself. Yeah. Where some people are going to be with you punching the joke up for other onlookers. You don't know who's on your side at that point.
Yeah.
You're fighting in every direction, and you just got to take friends as you find them.
I was just being a smart ass back to people, and so I just
It's fun.
It is so funny when you post something that like
People get incredulous. Like somebody like at their bank is on break at the bank, and it's just like this flippin' idiot dumbass thinks that this is going to change the world.
thinks his tweet's gonna change the world.
Yeah.
It's just it makes me wonder when they post, like. When they post, are they like serious on every one of them? You know, I just wouldn't. A guy that is named Murder X Brian and has 3 knives, and then Brian with a backwards R like corn, and then 3 more knives for his display name.
Yeah,
we're gonna like believe that guy without checking into it at all.
Yeah, great. I gotta say you're right. Yeah, my glance over is just like. This guy's a jack-off.
This guy's fucking around with people. Come on, man. It's like not like when Randy did the tearing up ballots. Like he doesn't have anything that makes him look like he's fucking not around.
Exactly. That's going all the way and trying to make a bio that looks like it. You are obviously a very unserious person.
Yeah, I just don't get it. It's so goddamn funny. I also got
it's funny. You probably
up.
Get screenshot into DMs and like some lefty celebrity thinks he's saving the world out right now. He probably put it on his Instagram.
Yeah, like what's the lady that was in Deborah Messing is talking shit about me in her DM with like Jeremy Wright or whatever the guy from Batman.
Too much for me.
Jeffrey Wright.
I don't know my celebrities.
Jeffrey Wright is his name. He's in the Batman.
Has who?
Commissioner Gordon. He's the police Gordon. I think Jeffrey GeoFFrey.
Yeah, I bumped the cable.
Okay, are we good?
It's fine.
Jeffrey Wright. Cable. He's in the chat with Deborah Messing. And,
okay.
Who's the?
Just say anybody.
Yeah, just a bunch of celebs. They probably were talking shit about me. That's
not what I thought, but I can see why you would think that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a big Democrat celeb chat. I have heard of that. Where they like decide like what they're going to do.
You get mad at Susan Sarandon?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do. They do be getting mad at Susan Sarandon, which by the way, really took some heat over the past week.
She did?
Susan Sarandon.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I mean, those people lost their minds about her saying the Roe v. Wade thing, it was her fault, which is...
She is included as one part of the problem. She's in those, that Jill Stein, Susan Sarandon, all these women that fucked it up for us, right?
It's that one to me. The Susan Sarandon one specifically, I think, like... I said this about Ruth Bader Ginsburg because I went to... the march on Sunday, right? And people were chanting RBG sent me in like a way of like, they look up to her.
Like Yas Queen.
And I cannot get mad at a woman who admires Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's just not going to happen.
It's not a worthy fight, is what I would say. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Not going to happen.
It's like, I mean, I have so many black friends that are like Michelle Obama and them. I'm like, yeah, they're fucking great. They're like just the best.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can also think about it like Ruth Bader Ginsburg did achieve a very high level of success as a woman.
Sure.
In a place, I guess, where it's hard. It's just, she really made like right at the end, she really fucked up. You know what I mean?
Nothing I've heard about her I like.
No, absolutely not. Every time somebody is like, but I would never.
But like I'm out of it because I don't give a fuck. Like it's weird. I don't know what. I don't know. It's hard to say. The dancing in front of them and telling them like RBG fucked everything up. Like I don't even give a fuck enough about it to care who could have done what or anything. Like that's just so deep in the well. You're arguing with them about like their like Marvel heroes, and it's like fuck that. It's like who cares? Smash. It was all bad. Like I don't care how they got there, what their fucking story was, or even what they did. America has been bad for all times. Well, it needs to stop. Like you need to get on the side of stopping America, not like lionizing somebody for being a woman that was also a fascist and racist.
That's why.
But I don't care. I'm not into it.
But as I said, I wouldn't tell somebody not to like them, but I do feel, in my opinion, that she's a celebrity. Not to them. It's like they think is this power in celebrity that like Ruth Bader Ginsburg is just a celebrity and that Susan Sarandon is a celebrity and that makes her like the most powerful, one of the most powerful forces in the world. And it's just like not true. I don't think a lot of people vote. I don't think a lot of people check Susan Sarandon's Twitter feed and decide who they're going to vote on. I mean,
it was shit. It was Jane Fonda before. I mean,
yes.
There's always been a reason that left is wrong, and they usually find some sort of celebrity white lady to pin it all on. Like she's just a new one.
Yeah, yeah. And it's weird. And that's the thing that's been in my mind.
These fuckers are stuck now to the point like we're screaming like trans people have rights and women. Any woman should have an abortion anytime they want. And we're going up against like Nazi Pepe people. And then you have all these folks in the middle that are still like, I can't really pick a side because it would hurt somebody's feelings or, you know, we have to maintain the status quo is really what it is. It's all these fucking people that made their money and that college actually worked out for them and they are homeowners and they're like, well, I can get an abortion because I could go to Canada. I could go somewhere else. You know?
The norms shit is...
Nobody's serious
crazy
about taking this shit down. I hate the co-option of all of the radical stuff into the stupid yarn bombing communities and all of the pussy hat shit because like you people, we should just stop everything like and get scary. They do it in other countries. This is like South America knows what's up compared to North America. Yeah. South America knows how to unite together and make everybody stop doing everything. And we never do that. Everybody's always on the pursuit of wealth and like, brand management.
It's also like, I remember thinking a lot about, near the end of my run in the workforce, thinking a lot about like, if we all stopped, they wouldn't be able to do shit. But then also thinking, I'm not going to stop first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm not going to be it seems just, I think a lot of people are sort of terrified about being the first to be doing something.
Yeah.
So, but also it's like, there are a lot of like positive things happening too with these like union drives the second union Starbucks in Columbus ratified today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
88 Broad Street in Columbus is a union Starbucks.
That is true.
And I've started to go in there instead of the bad Starbuckses that aren't union.
Nice.
So
now finally you can feel arrogant about your coffee choice again.
That's what I tell everybody.
You go to that Union Bucks you got? Is that Union? No. You couldn't go the extra half mile, I guess.
My daughter could not be more annoyed with me that number one, I go to Starbucks every day, but my order now has officially infuriated everybody everybody I know.
Okay, well, unleash it on the tens of thousands of people that listen to this show.
God. It is my order now. Venti black cold brew, 8 Splendas.
Okay.
It's so good. 8 Splendas in a cold brew.
Yeah, it sounds like a monster. That's like a Monster Java.
Yeah, she's like, don't put Splenda in there. And I'm like, I hear it's fine for you. It's not like sugar, really. It's Splenda.
It's zero. Yeah, it just goes through your body, but you don't have to burn any calories. It makes everything sweeter.
Lord Jesus Christ, I love diet stuff. It's just,
I know.
Really am like the diet stuff kid.
I was talking to Minion Death Cult about this, but I'm on energy drinks hardcore.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been drinking. I've been like dry like most of the week, but then like caffeine really fucking blows me away now.
Yeah.
So I've been buying all the Bangs and Reigns, and I don't know what's in it. The one that tastes like eating Sour Patch Kids. It's like the experience of having a mouthful of Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, but 0 calories. It's the essence of the candy that we had before, and then my brain chemistry changes somehow, but there's 0 calories burned the whole time. It's the most efficient way to eat food.
Yeah, Ghost is the one I'm looking into.
It's awful. You should read their website.
I'm also drinking what's it called?
I only did.
Brain coffee. That brain coffee I drink now. It has like MCT oil in it.
That's bulletproof coffee.
No, it's not. It's super coffee is what it's called. It's called super coffee.
Yeah.
It has
the same thing.
Protein, and it also, so it makes you a beast basically. And I've been liking that, even though it's a little grainy.
That's been around for like 10 years. They've debunked that.
Well, but I was always like kind of afraid of, we got Amber Alert. Sorry, everybody.
Ford Explorer, dark blue, Ohio, JBJ 9577. Well, actually, fuck, I might know them.
Damn, we helped.
I don't know what they did.
We helped.
I assume they stole somebody, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no.
They don't do that for drugs.
Sam Kane said Splenda's only legally not sugar. It has essentially the same effect on our body, if not worse.
Well, I don't care about the effect. I just like
They stopped selling Equal, everybody. I can't find Equal anywhere, and I love Equal. Equal is a banger. And again, I don't eat like diet foods. I don't even know what that would be. Now, like
Snackwell's. Snackwell's was the one.
Too hard. They're crunchy cookies. They're not soft cookies. You gotta be a soft cookie to get the B-dog.
But you eat the you don't eat any of the bullshit like what's that Lenny and Spenny cookies? What's the one with the two crazy scientist guys that make protein?
Oh,
cookies?
I don't eat those.
You don't eat that?
No.
You don't eat any of the GNC garbage like foods? No 0 point bars or anything like that?
I go to GNC to get. I don't even want to say this on the show. I go to GNC to get prostate medicine.
Nice.
Supplements. To just get that thing fucking really pushing the piss out.
Okay.
Because once you get old, man, piss just dribbles out.
So this is the
bullshit.
MLM.
Yeah.
We just need to open a GNC.
Yeah.
It was there the whole time.
Yeah. We should do an MLM for fucking Super Beta Prostate Advance.
We could save money on it. I mean, I agree. I think the substances that you use, you should buy at a higher quantity and then hook your friends with them for a good deal, you know?
Shit is $40 a month. Like
That's
for
not bad.
30 of them, I got to
have
pay $40, but I piss
To have
so
like a
good.
super soft prostate, or you want a rock hard one, right? That's a cancerous
I don't know
one.
what kind of prostate you want, but you want one that really pushes that piss out.
Okay, a healthy
If
prostate.
you don't fuck with your prostate supplements, you're like, ugh. You know, I've been checked a million fucking times. I think that's why I want the doctor to ram her finger up my butt.
I say I do an internal massage instead of a $40 a month supplement.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying, doctor, get your finger up my butt, man.
You can do
I'm
that
trying
too.
to get some medicine, you know? No, I want Flomax. Like, it just fucking strengthens. I like the flow, man. I like
Flomax
to
for
pee
your
like
prostate?
I did when I was like fucking 10.
That you could like take paint off a wall.
I don't want to have to pee 3 times a night. Sometimes 4.
Yeah.
You know, every time I get comfortable now,
Do you
at
do
43, I have to pee.
Do you do Kegels?
Do I do Kegels? I don't know how. No,
That's
you're
a
not
good
supposed
thing.
to do
You
that.
get obsessed with those.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, strengthen
for
your pelvic
prostate.
floor.
You're
It
not
makes you
supposed-
fuck way better.
I don't think
Rollerblading does too.
I don't think you're supposed to do that with your prostate.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I don't think it's bad.
I think that's what I was. I try to be relaxed and not flex that thing. But that's it. That's why I go to GNC. I also go there to get pre-workout.
Okay.
And I like to fucking like.
The sour stuff?
I bought
The buzzy stuff or the sour stuff?
honestly my pre-workout is non-stimulant, which I don't think does anything. Yeah, I'm gonna get
Boo.
stimulants.
When do you have? Yeah. Tony from Minion Death Call said he drinks an espresso and smokes a joint and just starts lifting weights. That's his pre-workout.
Yeah, for sure.
So wait. So what do you get? What do you use?
To
Spark?
pre-workout,
C4?
super coffee right now, and
Super
then
coffee. Is that made from the green part of the coffee or something?
no, it's
That's
coffee
what
with
it's-
brain oil and protein in it. They call it brain oil. I don't know. They say it's good for your brain. MCT
Yeah,
oil.
sure.
You know, like I said, I'm a fucking moron.
I know plenty about it.
All right, here
I've
we go.
got MCT tinctures
Do you really?
boiling up in my house. Yeah.
I want to read this to you, Brett, because I read it earlier today, and it kind of pissed me off a little bit. And it also is kind of a good idea, I think. The actual person writing in pissed me off. It's an advice column about
Okay.
work on Inc.
Got it.
And the person that wrote in really pissed me off today. I got 2 people on advice columns today. Just 2 guys, maybe women, but 2 like the worst.
Two of the worst
of
people
all time. Okay, so here we go. This was interesting to me. I don't know if anybody's ever done it. It seems like a Brett Payne move, I think, or something you may have thought of.
Okay.
All right. Our company has a program to incentivize employees to refer job candidates, and we offer a referral bonus if we end up hiring someone they referred. We're usually glad to get referred candidates into our pipeline. However, we have one employee, Joe, who loves to send referrals. Rather than referring his friends or former coworkers, he screens people on LinkedIn who are looking for new jobs and sends them to our hiring team.
Dog.
I never thought of this. Never in my life thought of this.
This is Jedi mind tricks.
Fucking.
Yeah.
You could make a fucking pile of fucking money with this. You go volume.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah. Just get him in the door. Just, get him signed on. Let him flare out. Who cares? I want my $350 each time.
We usually ask how he knows the person he's referring, and the answer is something vague like he works with my old roommate, or I found.
That's good enough.
Fine with me. Hey.
I said I know him.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
I don't think you should have to know him, first of all.
I don't either.
I mean, that's the rule.
That's the thing, too. No, this is that baseball. This is why I don't watch fucking baseball, is because they say there's stuff you're not supposed to do. But you put out a bounty on new hires.
I know.
And I'm here at work doing my job, but I'm also like, I can get bounties on new hires.
Yeah.
It's basically like you're playing in. It's basically this person should be a more highly employed employee.
Yeah.
You should pay this person as like your scouter, is what you should be doing.
Exactly.
For them to find quality people. If they're willing to meet a ton of folks and do that, they have the stomach for it. This should be just your recruiter.
I mean, I would.
They're going to be super pissed,
I would move.
They never want to pay that out.
No, and I would move this guy way up the ladder, to tell you the truth. Like, I think even in the end, like, it's just like, this guy should be the fucking CEO of the company at this point. He thought of this. Nobody's thought of this. I never heard fucking anybody say anything like this.
mean,
referral bonuses are so big, too.
Yeah.
So, they're like $200 to $500 sometimes.
Yeah. It is good, especially like when I worked at when you call centers and stuff that has really high turnover. You're right. They would let you cash in on it, but they would make you do it. They'd be like, how do you know this person exactly? And you'd have to like tell them a fucking anecdotal story, and they'd be like, all right, fine. We'll give you both $200 or whatever it was, whatever was agreed upon. But they made you do almost a song and dance number because they did not expect. They never wanted to pay this shit out. They didn't want you cashing in on it. They didn't want you actually like using it as a job opportunity or money making. I mean, you said blank checkbook, right?
You did.
You said
say,
I pay. This is what I pay for new hires.
Exactly. You fucking said if I go out and find, like, what's the point in a referral bonus if you're not supposed to fucking use it? This is the fucking smartest man to ever live.
This is sales. I mean, this is how people get in the door.
Yeah.
This is how people get in the door. Nobody, you're not going to just have people send in a ton of resumes and figure it out. You need someone to screen through it. You need someone that can meet up and verify all this stuff and bring the person in. It's worth money.
Well,
it's worth money.
And I think that's actually where the problem comes in.
90% of it is if you put an ad out online, you get text scams, you get sex scams, you get Snapchat scams, you get Facebook Messenger scams. You are funneling through the most advanced identity theft AI that there is.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of gymnastics through that to find a real living person that can interview. I mean, if they can make it to the interview, then that's all that needs to be done. If you decided to hire them, like I got them all the way there, right? Yes. Maybe I didn't choose the methods you want, but your people said yes to them, and once they got hired, that's a deal. I did that.
Yeah,
I did some legwork there.
Well, and it's like they do make it so hard to do it because also it's like they probably got to work there 90 days.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's never what I mean? Easy.
Like, it's a whole thing. You got to fill out a fucking form.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason they do these,
It's a trap.
Well, the reason they do
No.
these referral bonuses is because they don't. It's a human resources scam, so
Yes.
they don't have to look through fucking resumes.
Yeah.
If the people at work come to human resources and say, "Here's my friend," here's their resume. That's a resume that was pulled out of the pile and knows somebody that you know who doesn't want to mess up their, you know what I mean? Doesn't want to mess up their job. So like,
Yeah.
it's already doing a referral is already kind of doing like somebody else's job anyway.
I mean, I feel like any job that offers a referral bonus is running people through a fucking meat grinder.
Yeah.
And they only just put warm bodies through and see who makes it out the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you cash in on that every once in a while. Hey, one of my friends wants to be as miserable as I am at this job. They're going to come in. Everybody gets $100 or a fucking honey baked ham or something. But there is this kind of, I guess there is a weird thing of like, we can find our own people off Indeed. Is that's what they're thinking? Like,
Yeah. Well, they don't want to do that.
But you're
that's
paying
always
it.
the thing. Because when I work, because the cable company
what are
is
they
a
mad
job.
about? How much do they pay? How much did this cost them? A few $1,000s this guy's probably made or
Probably
gal.
almost nothing. Because I'll read you the next part.
I mean,
of it.
that's what I'm sorry. This got a whole bunch of jumbled up. But what you were getting to was a really good point. Is that this kind of stuff is said out loud. They say, "Hey, we're a good company. We'll pay you $500 for any of your friends that want to come join us and be a good company." And every rational person there is like, I would never do that to my fucking friend.
Yeah.
But to some people, to like the morons and like the like, I don't know, people that believe in Disney movies and shit, like they're like, it's so good here. They take care of us.
Yeah.
You know, this is a great perk of the job.
Well,
but it's
yeah.
like if you're making more on referrals than your paycheck, then they're like, well, no, that we didn't want it to be used like that.
That's the fucking thing about jobs
but
all
you're
the time
paying-
is they lie.
You're hiring 100 people a year. You're paying $350 per person. You have $35,000 a year to spend on the hiring process. Let me do it as my side job while I'm here. I will take that $35K and get you 100 fucking warm bodies to run through this
Well,
joint.
and here's the thing too. Rusty Dotson from Twitch in the chat said, worked at a junkyard with a $750 bonus if the employee made it 3 months. Very rare anyone made it into 3 months. The job was insane. And here's the thing about that. That is what they count on. Is like you said, it's a meat
gauntlet.
grinder. And again, I worked at the job.
Don't work at jobs that offer referral bonuses. Like everybody there should be happy enough that they're not like trying to bring some more crabs down lower into the bucket with them to where they're working at. Well, right? Because that's what they're trying to do. People that get paid, like, yeah.
I worked at a job that a lot of people want, like an in-demand job at the cable company. And like people want to work there really bad. They had a referral bonus there. Everybody that worked at that place knew somebody to get into that place, right? Like they didn't go through resumes and shit.
Okay.
It would just be like a guy like me
Says I have a
who
friend.
knows a person
Okay.
and is like, oh yeah, have them give us their resume and come in for an interview, and then they would come in and 90% of the time would get hired. They didn't really have a referral bonus, but no wait, they did. They had like a $200 one. It was one that wasn't like, it wasn't gonna be a game changer or anything.
Well, none of them are. I mean, no one.
I mean, $750 that's a hell of a bonus. But
Is that what they got in this one?
oh, that's in the chat. Somebody is saying they worked at a junkyard that made $750.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds like a game show. That sounds like actually just a game show that a local fucking carny runs at his fucking junkyard. Some sicko that runs a Squid Game, and just makes people try to last 90 days in his fucking hell world and get $750.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't. Like when you look at human resources, they are an enemy of this show 100%
Of everything
of the time.
This is one of the benefits of work. Like, we'll give you $200 if you find somebody, and it's like, no, more money elsewhere. Take that spending elsewhere.
Well, that's their job. That's the
And also
fucking
that's
thing.
HR. Yeah,
That is their job is to find people. That's not my job.
Yeah. Pay everyone else that leftover money. You go and find the people.
But now when I take it upon myself to do your job for you, you're mad at me.
Right.
Because I'm fucking doing your job for you, you know? They can't be cashing in that much.
I know. It's a
just no
piddly
money.
ass amount of money.
Yeah.
This is like when I go to the store sometimes and I'll buy 20 pairs of the same type of jeans in size 30 to 44.
Yeah.
And I'm always, there's some little thing inside of me about someone saying, you can't do this, sir. You know,
Yeah.
you can't buy these jeans for $20 and sell them for $60 online, sir. And it's like, and I'm going to have to go nuts on them and be like, I'm allowed to come in and buy this shit, you know? But I feel like there's this unwritten rule. Like, you're not allowed to make more money on this stuff than we do, you know? Aldi is that way. Aldi is like, you can only buy 3 cartons of eggs because they know like every food truck would just go in there and buy 10 dozen eggs in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is like, because a lot of times when I go to the store and I buy like 6 caramellos, I only pay for 3 of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And if I went out and sold like the other 3, I'd be fucking making good. I'd make $6 a day. But I think
All you don't want to do is eat for free. You just want to eat for free. That's the
what I
goal.
want.
That's the
That's
caramello
always.
for free, man.
Yeah. Well,
Just,
yeah.
you pick one up for yourself, pick up 3 more, and just sell the rest throughout your day to people that need a caramello, and then you have one for yourself at the end of the day.
So I need to tell you this. This is where Joe fucked up. Joe did fuck up.
Who?
Joe made a big mistake.
Joe Brandon?
The guy that is doing the referrals on LinkedIn.
Oh.
He fucked up a little bit. I don't think he fucked up.
What did he do?
I think it's fine. However,
He threw a party on it about
he said I recently screened one of the referrals Joe sent over and didn't think the candidate was well qualified at all. Joe then asked how the screen went, and I told him point blank that I wouldn't be moving them forward. He became defensive and said that the person sounded great when they spoke on the phone and had a lot of the skills we were looking for. That is so fresh.
He's a bad...
He shouldn't have said a word. He should have just been like, that's one that's not going to go through, and we'll work on the next one.
Yeah, I think as a good manipulator, you got to let some through. You got to take losses in front of people because that earns your trust.
And people who...
I would just been like, oh, really? She was so good on the phone, though. Well, I mean, that's the way it goes. I trust your judgment. As long as you get me $350 a month. Every month, that's what I need.
He became
for my caramellos. See, I could take the $350 and I buy a case of caramellos with it.
Well, that's only $50. Great.
7 cases of caramellos and I sell it for $8. The price of 8.
I explained that they didn't have the skills we were looking for. I didn't tell him that he isn't trained at screening people and shouldn't be attempting to do so. Now this, I go back on the other side. Because fuck, this
you
person's
opened it
mad.
up. Yeah, you said anybody you know, you can send them to us. That's what you get. This is what you get.
Now this person's territorial about the referral bonus at their job.
This is bullshit hierarchy.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like this. You should be able to work within the organization and be like, this fucker's like sending us like candidates all day long and getting $350 a pop. Do the rest of you want to do that?
Yes, and there's also a thing about. Like, there's an actual job out there that I see a lot because of, my search algorithms and stuff. You become a recruiter. All these businesses have recruiters that are just people that go out on motherfucking LinkedIn and Monster.com. I don't know if Monster's still around. That's what it was when I was
that's
for
way back.
work.
It was cutting edge at one point.
Oh my God, did I love Monster.com? I only got one offer.
Where's it at? I gotta see.
I only got one offer on Monster.com, or 2 or 3.
Oh,
and
they told us. Yeah.
They were all fucking temp jobs.
Dog shit.
Just the worst jobs you could ever possibly get.
Everybody would tell you that. It was like coding at the time. It was just like, go on Monster and you can get high paying jobs. It's like, no, you fucking can't. These are all scams. And that guy lost $700 like applying for that job.
I did have a lot of temp services because I had call center experience.
Yeah, and
temp services just were like, hey, you want to be a computer programmer?
They got $2 riding on top. They're the dealer, so they got $2 riding on top of your bet. Like whatever you get paid per hour, $2 is getting thrown to the side to them,
Yeah, so this person ends up saying, I explained that they didn't have the skills we were looking for. I didn't tell him that he isn't trained at screening people. So she's mad because he's screening people. But my job is
He's not screening.
people.
He's not screening. He's finding
He
people.
kinda is.
He's catching. He's got a screen. He takes a big screen. He puts it in front of the river, and everything that comes in that he can wrangle and make come to the office, he does.
I feel like he's
she
doing
does, or they
nothing
does.
wrong. I feel like
There's-
nothing they're doing is wrong.
I hate this. This is what's like. As an adult, one of the ways I like to break the trauma is to tell kids when they're being smart or creative or have broken the system or have thought outside the box or have beat me in a way that I don't want to accept, you know? And this is such like a patriarchal attitude of like, you're not allowed to do that. That's not, we meant that you can only do it one way. We didn't write down all the rules, but like there was rules there and you should have known them because I'm your dad. And it's like, fuck you, dad. Fuck dads.
Yeah, it is true.
Fuck dad behavior. I went to an auction today. I got so mad at this fucking old cotton-haired man next to me. I had some paintings that I was loading into the back of my car, and it was taking me a minute. And I listened to this fucking old man next to me say, he was like, "They got lots strewn around everywhere around here. She didn't ask me to sign for nothing. She just asked my name and walked over and showed me my stuff and just let me take it. Didn't ask me to sign for nothing." And I'm like, everybody here is for an estate auction. We're all professionals. There's not like, and no one is doing a false identity to come pick up like an old pipe, you know, from 1956.
Yeah.
To get like a weird painting. Like, it was informal, but like, what the fuck do you expect from people? Some courtesy? Like, do you want like doilies and shit? Do you want like someone to come and like handle everything for you? And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care about signing the I know it's stupid. It's like signing the credit cards. I hate like, why do they have me sign the credit cards? Also, all the technology is there. You could scan my body. All of the cards in my wallet have their own identifying chips. Stop.
True.
I still swipe my card sometimes, and I'm like, I should be like, that's illegal. People that do that are I don't know, malfunctioning. Like, there's no cards that swipe.
No.
You don't swipe anymore.
Mine do if the chip doesn't work, because the chip rarely works. I remember when the chip came about, it was the talk of the town. Like, people were so hot under the collar about the chip for like a full year that like, I don't know where I was, what year it would have been. I must have been either at the cable company or the call center. But I remember standing in line at the grocery store when people were inserting their chip card and be like, "Oh, God damn it."
Oh, they're mad about, because people are mad about any change, and it should be easy. They should just take it. They should just take it from us.
It just takes a second more. I think that's why people were mad, because when you swiped it, it was just like instantaneous. You're out of here.
Sure.
You know, but the chip,
people were
gotta
stealing
stick
too
it
much.
in and
Yeah.
go bang, bang, bang before it comes out, and like it's a whole thing. My chip always malfunctions. I wish I could show people my chip, because it is just a piece of shit.
Everything you touch falls
It's
to
in
shambles.
my wallet. I'm not doing anything with it.
You probably sit on it extremely hard. You probably, when you get, you know what I was, have you ever put makeup on your face?
Never. Not even once.
Because I was thinking about it.
Makeup, like ICP makeup once.
One time.
Younger. Yeah.
I was thinking about doing face care stuff and makeup things and using my ring fingers to put stuff on very lightly on my face. And I was like, that's something that Brian has never done. He's never he's never like softly touched something.
No.
You've only like grasped and crushed something.
I do. I like grabbing. I like using my whole hand.
As hard as you can.
You get the whole hand.
Sitting as hard as you can.
So here's another person that is in a miserable relationship. I'm going to read this. This is tough. Here, okay? Recently, my brother-in-law told a joke about how the local supermarket chain must think his dead grandmother has an incredible appetite for a 107-year-old because he still uses her discount card. Technically, he keys in her old phone number when he goes shopping.
Ooh, I did that to an ex of mine, and they won a fucking Buckeye cruise on it.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was so pissed.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy about
like
that.
we were using somebody else's account, and they were like, our number got picked for a Buckeye cruise, and I was like, but what if we were the ones that were like shopped, and what if that was my receipt that got pulled?
You're getting in a bunch of people at work win the lottery together situation there.
But also, that was the days when your Plus card was attached to your checking account. So if you bounced a check, you couldn't use your Plus. You couldn't use a Kroger card, Giant Eagle card. I had bounced checks everywhere, so I always had to use other people's cards to get like the discount.
God, it is really, that is
Giant Eagle was the best at getting. I mean, they would run you out of town.
Oh yeah. I mean, that is like that lotto thing that happens when a bunch of people from work go in together on a Powerball and then they win, but then the person that bought the ticket said, no, that was actually like a personal ticket.
Oh yeah,
I
bought 20 for them, 5 for me.
That's my favorite. That's
a good one.
It's a good story every time. They're suing each other and shit.
I would, I mean, I would at least go out with a bang. I mean, I would continue doing the job and just leave like unceremoniously and then take my winnings.
Yeah, it's like, well, you guys, I mean, I specifically put all the tickets down in a you guys section and my personal section. And it just so happens that the one that was personal actually is the one I won the lottery on.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's
that
perfect.
Is such a funny story. But okay.
Easy scam.
So this person says, this may seem like a low-key issue, but it really bothers my partner. After high school, she was on her own and worked for this supermarket for years while putting herself through college. This job played a significant role in her growth into the person she is today. She considers many of her former coworkers like a de facto family members. So to this day, she remains fiercely loyal to this chain. She says it's considered fraud to use someone else's discount card because it creates bad data for the supermarket's marketing purposes. Ew. Especially if someone else had been assigned that phone number and applied for a card.
His partner said this?
This is
break
this
up.
Guy's part. Yeah,
break up. You're dating a cop, dude.
You got to go.
She's going to turn on you. They're going to tell on you. You can't trust somebody like that.
Yeah.
Fuck no. They're going to turn you in for taking your own popcorn into them fucking movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a very untrustworthy person.
I don't think this
is narky ass shit.
I never heard of a person that would think like this in my whole entire
How could
life.
You ever be concerned about that? The market data. Our coupons are going to get really fucked up though, and I want good coupons. I want good girly coupons, not your messy man coupons.
That is true though. We get good coupons actually.
I love targeted advertisements. I would never share my account ever again with a woman because I want my content targeted towards me, and they can have their shit. But I want everything for me.
So here's the rest of the thing.
Ad-wise.
When she explained this to my brother-in-law, he dismissed her concern as unimportant. My sister also didn't see why it was a big deal. I think the big deal is that it bothers my partner. How hard is it to get your own discount card? It's a small thing he could do out of concern for a family member. Am I wrong for being so miffed about this?
So did they ask to borrow the card? Or are they just punching the phone number?
Then you just put the phone number in. You got grandma's phone number. We're just going to put it in there. It's got perks. You know, fuel perks.
Are they taking the fuel perks though? It doesn't sound like they're cashing in. They're just getting, instead of paying $3.99 for the bread, they're getting 3 for $10 for the bread, right? Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Just for discounts, no exclusive coupons, no Amazon gift cards, no restaurant shit, no fuel perks.
I just can't. If I sat down at my house with my wife and we were having a conversation and she got hot under the collar because somebody was using somebody else's fucking card.
I'm done.
At the
I gotta get the fuck out.
Pack my shit.
Fuck you.
You know.
Fuck you.
Just pack my shit.
You're exactly what's wrong with this fucking world. Everything about you. I knew it.
And he's taking her side. He doesn't.
I know.
He doesn't want to fucking say like.
He's
dude,
good. But he's an angel. He's doing the right thing. He's like, respect my wife. She doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But like, you got to respect what she says. Like, because that's all I can say. Because I'm her husband, right?
Yeah.
To be a good husband, you just have to respect your wife's crazy.
Yeah. Well, no. I just think that like.
Right. I mean, that's what you do.
You should just sit down with her and be like, hey. You know, this doesn't mean anything. The store doesn't even care if
that's true.
happens.
No, that's what it is. It's like, no, you go back to your wife and to your bedroom and you tell her what the fuck is up about how we're all out here sharing fucking discount cards and the data's all mixed together like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, who gives a shit if the data's mixed? I don't even like them knowing everything I buy.
It's obnoxious to me when like you go to those places, like whenever you go on vacation, you go to fucking Food Lion, you're down in the South and the fucking beach, and there's just somebody that just like rings up your order, they want to die, and they just scan. Everybody's like, I'm not from around here. I'm not from around here. Everybody's saying that, and so they just scan this same card all day long.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I like that, though. If
I hate
was
that.
them, I'd be hooked up.
No, I would keep the points. I mean, those people get arrested like they're stealing, though. That's the problem, is they treat that like stealing.
Really?
Yeah, you're not allowed to use the points you collect. Your managers and corporate will be mad. You can get away with it. I'm not saying you can't get away with that.
Yeah, because they do it at the gas station all the time with the Speedy Rewards card, which I refuse to get because you don't get nothing out of it.
Yeah,
I don't.
But
like
I feel
any
like,
card.
it's like the slicing ham story. If you were working in a vacation town and were able to glom like a free tank of gas once a month off of your employer by like scanning your own discount card, you'd be in jail. You'd be in fucking jail for 6 months.
You'd definitely get fired
You'd have a court case too for thetheft.
Real? I don't know.
think
I don't know.
You believe in this world. What faith do you have in this world as being like what if you went to your employer and said like I get 45,000 Speedy Reward points a month just by not asking for people for theirs?
Yes. Yeah.
They would sue you.
Yeah.
They would sue you like Napster would sue you. They would sue you like $100,000 for every data point that you fucked up of theirs.
Psychic Gasoline said, "I love to say the graveyard is full of people who had the right of way," to my wife. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't think making a big deal out of a grocery store's sovereignty is a really odd behavior. It's like I feel like it's an antisocial behavior. I do feel like it's
But
too
the fucking
much.
machinations of everything are like placed. Like you have to have faith in everything.
Yes. Yeah.
As an American consumer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
You have to have faith in the grocery store like that.
Yeah. I just don't, and this guy's so hot under the collar. I mean, this guy's wife's so hot under the collar. He's trying to figure out what to do.
You shouldn't have made this anybody else's problem. This is your problem at home, man.
Yeah, this is just
This is why you go to the golf course and get bullied by your friends about it, and then go home.
Yeah. Well, let's look at one more piece here that I wanted to do.
I was at the post office today. I was going to send you this picture. It's so mean to do this to a kid. But I saw a 14-year-old kid that had leather loafers on and a golf polo tucked into khaki shorts with like a braided belt. And he had a leather band wallet on and like a Trump swoop haircut. He looked like he was ready to go to the 19th hole after like a big sales-a-thon weekend. It was the weirdest shit in the world.
He was a kid? Like how
14, 15. He was running errands with his mom, and he looked like a fucking banker, like an alcoholic banker, like off duty.
I wonder if he had to go with his mom or if he... A
leather band watch for like a 14-year-old boy?
Oh, he had like a watch?
Yes, a real...
Not like this. Not
an Apple Watch. A real, like... Brooks Brothers asked, like,
why?
Why?
Those don't fucking do anything, those watches. Nothing. And I'm a style guy, too. I'm not saying I'm not a style guy, but those are useless now. They should stop making them. They really should stop making regular watches. It's a waste of... Oh, my God. He does look like a big fucking nerd, guys. Wow.
It's a child that's... But it's a child that's dressed like... They have no childhood.
No.
Like nothing about them is like regrettable. They've made all the smart like businessman decisions already. It's a briefcase kid. It's a roller backpack kid thing. I don't know.
Poor kid. Yeah, I gotta feel for him.
Fucking weird.
Parents really fucked him up. He doesn't have like.
I'm gonna be an attorney.
Thing, yeah.
I'm gonna be a doctor when I grow up.
So this is the last story I wanted to do. I really think this is this is cool. I really find this to be very cool. It's something I wish I could indulge in, to tell you the truth. Working at the famous dinner theater chain Medieval Times comes with some unique occupational hazards. I always wanted to go there.
Everybody wants to. It's famous. We had them in Texas, and I never went. it's too much money. It's a waste of money because for someone that does drugs and alcohol for the amount of money you spend on medieval times, you can do more fun things.
Down, down, down. The red knight's going. You can do that. You can do the quotes from the Cable Guy movie. Down, down, down. The red knight's going down. I love that.
You're gonna do
movie.
that at the medieval times?
Oh yeah, I'd be quoting the whole movie the whole time to the waitress and waiter too. Because they would love it. They love it. They probably quote Cable Guy. They should make a medieval times Cable Guy night.
Experience pop Cable Guy night. Dun, 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 where they play the Star Trek music and shit.
Yeah. That would be
God. That would hit so hard.
Oh,
dude.
genius!
You could get those Coachella people to pay thousands.
Yeah. Sometimes a guest who has emptied one too many goblets of booze starts banging the Middle Ages style plates and bowls together. Clanging the heavy dinnerware can spook the horses in the arena, endangering the knights as they joust for the queen's honor. It often falls upon the queen herself, a mic'd up actor on a throne above the pit, or her chancellor, Lord Cedric, to gently admonish the overzealous crowd, all while keeping in character. Please, my lord, don't bang the plates. You can hear it backstage sometimes. It's so loud, said Pernell Thompson, a stable hand at Lyndhurst, New Jersey location. We've had people thrown off their horses from the horses getting spooked. There's only so much you can do to keep them under control at that point. First of all, let me just say something right here. Get rid of the horses.
I love it. Thank you. That was all I was thinking the whole time. Was like,
don't need a horse.
Yeah, this is a problem. Whenever I've eaten food, horses have not added anything to it. Well, never mind. Well, there was Fuel City in Dallas, Texas, where you could get tacos, and they had horses that were in a pasture that you could look at while you ate tacos.
Yeah. But you ain't banging your tacos.
No. I can see why you wouldn't want to throw horses in an arena full of like people in very bad behavior mode. I mean, these are people on vacation. These are people that are like, I paid money. I'm a customer. This is supposed to be a very, very important experience in my family's history.
Nobody that lives near a medieval times goes to medieval times.
I drove past it every day. It's like taking my wife to work and shit.
Yeah. Nobody that lives by it goes to it. It's all people in town that are like, fuck, there's a medieval times here. I saw that on Cable Guy.
There's Groupons. Your hotel will drive you there for free. Yeah. And we've all wanted to. Yeah, I'm guilty. I've wanted to go ever since I saw Cable Guy too.
Oh God, the first time I saw Cable Guy, I was like, what's this? What's this restaurant?
It's way better. Yeah. And I like Ren Fair. I like jousting at Ren Fair.
Not this guy. No way. Wouldn't go to that.
There's no beating on plates though.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. They do
but
really need
animal performers is like, I don't give a shit. I'm not into it anymore.
Animatronic animals. They need to start doing that.
There's others. You can fight with your hands and your fists and with weapons.
Yeah.
You don't need like an animal to help you at all. Like, show me what's up with you, brother.
You shouldn't have animals in a place where drunks can scare the animal.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Rule.
Like, what's this about? What is that all about? Like, that's a crowd of people. You can't stop them from being loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I go to the fucking movies and nobody shuts the fuck up. Everybody's.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you think horses are magic either, and you grew up in the country. Like, just get rid of it. Just wean yourself off of them.
I just saw a whole fucking thing about these robot dogs. That I saw on online. They were like a collection. There's a ton of robot dogs at one of those robot places. And I don't know what the use is for them, but now
companionship.
Now my brain is like moving in like a new direction where it's like, okay, anytime there's animal performers, robot. We do a robot now. And if you say you can't afford the robot, you can't afford to be in business.
You know what?
That's how I feel.
I think he struck gold again because robots are like a really well-made robot is just as good a trade-off for an animal.
Oh yeah, people get excited about it.
Elephant. When I see an elephant, I'm like, holy fuck, that's crazy big. But if you had an elephant that was walking around that was a robot, I'm back in.
You'd still just say like, holy shit, that's crazy big.
I'll pay $14.95 for a Pepsi mug, a collector's cup.
You could touch the robot.
Yeah, you can get there. They can shut it down, and you can actually go look at the insides.
You could throw the bones from your turkey leg at the fucking thing. You do anything you want to a robot. Anything. Yeah. That's the whole premise behind the show Westworld. You can do anything you want.
Yeah. Also, Blade Runner too. And like that's what I'm saying. I love these energy drinks. I love this like cashless society we're getting into. It's like right into the dregs of dystopia.
The robot thing The robot horses, we need to move toward robot horses, is what I'm trying to say here. I think if I'm watching a movie, a Western, and honestly, it's better because you can like kill a robot horse. You can do like
heinous shit
so much more.
Yeah.
So it's even better, you know. It's just I've been watching this 5-hour documentary just to fall asleep. It's not like but it's called In Search of Darkness, I think is what it's called.
Okay, good sleeping pun.
And it's about horror movies from the 80s. It's just 5 hours of them being like, remember Critters?
Yeah.
And
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, Sleepaway Camp. And they like, one of the things they do, man,
Pumpkinhead.
they show so much of the practical effects.
Uh-huh.
And they listen, it's like all this stuff looks like shit, but I love it. It's so fun. They fucking stop motion animation robots, or the stop motion animation bad guy. A movie called Dolls. Never even heard of it. It's called Dolls, and it's like hundreds of dolls killing people. It's like just a bunch of dolls, and they're all killing. But anyway, we could do more of that with medieval times and just do practical effects. It's not that it's hard. I mean, people made a living doing it, though. There's all kinds of people that could be teaching you how to do stuff like that, too. You don't have to have horses where people are eating.
But ESPN used to have medieval fighting on it. Do you ever see that?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a whole league.
Sick,
there's a league for it. There's a way for us to do it. Let's move towards like human combat.
Tough guy. I like the tough man contest or the
pro
World's
wrestling.
Strongest Men and all that stuff is great. Okay, so safety concerns are a big reason Thompson and other medieval times employees in Lyndhurst are trying to form the chain's first union.
Yeah, I mean, that place sounds like so fast and loose and so like, hey, man, we got something going on here. You know, you just got to be with it or you're without it. Like, you know, find your spot or get out. We're having a great time. We're making magic every night. And it's like, no, you're taking advantage of people and performers are doing really unsafe shit all the time. And
yeah, I mean, I honestly don't see how like somebody can ride a horse into an arena like that and not expect people to get like really.
You should be union. I mean, you have to ride a horse properly and shit, and like paid like horse riding rates.
Well, that's what's interesting.
Because nobody can just jump on a fucking horse and ride it like they're hiring off Indeed. Somebody on Indeed is getting paid $350 per referral to send people onto that horse to get bucked off.
Safety. So an AFL-CIO, it's the American Guild of Variety Artists that represents performers at theaters, theme parks, and touring shows, including the Rockettes and entertainers at Disneyland. The Night Squires, Showcast, and Stablehands of Lyndhurst will vote July 15th on whether or not to unionize under an election overseen by the NLRB. Around 40 workers would be included in the union. Food and administrative workers appear to be employed under a separate corporate entity and would not be part of the bargaining union. Oh, my God.
This is a TV show I know you've watched, that I've watched as well, that I think also demonstrates a lot of this. Baskets.
Oh my! Baskets is the best goddamn show
amazing
of all
show.
time. Yeah.
It's a really good show.
I would love. That's something I was going to watch a second time because I loved it so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the rodeo clown stuff, the just like weird pressures. It's always like that. There's just this American lie of it's illegal to do all these things in America, but people are fucking getting taken advantage of in a million different ways, under the table, on paper, like they can just fucking take advantage of people and make them do all kinds of wild shit, for an independent contract status,
Yeah. Medieval Times, which did not respond to an interview request for this story, has opposed the union campaign. Labor Department records show the company retained a union avoidance consultant at the cost of $3,200 per day. Plus expenses. Yeah. Man, maybe I'll become a union avoidance consultant. I just work one day a month trying to tell people how to avoid a union.
One hard day of work.
Yeah, I'm done for the month. Sorry. To sway workers against the union, employees said several anti-union confabs have been held on rehearsal days at the castle. The consultant might have his work cut out for him. Medieval times performers include trained actors and musicians who've been members of other entertainment unions and already understand the role collective bargaining plays in their industry. If the union succeeds in New Jersey, the Medieval Times campaign may spread to other castles throughout the kingdom.
Yeah. It's this bullshit Gen Z and millennials have done a good job explaining it and handing down the knowledge, but Gen Z has just done a good job of accepting that, like, wait a second, this is like a really talented thing that I'm doing. You know, like, just because I'm only singing at Disney World, you know, doesn't mean I'm a failure. It means, like, I'm providing Disney with a very highly regarded skill that's worth a lot of money. I'm riding horses and pretending to be a knight in a way that makes this place a fucking shitload of money.
Yes.
You know, and I'm doing like, it takes away that, like, art, like, you know, oh, you're just a loser that's a knight at the Medieval Times. And it's like, fuck that. Like, people are here on their vacation and they, like, root for me, you know?
Yeah, no, that's the thing about, like, regular people that like sort of don't know anybody in show business, is that they think that everybody, like, wants to be Tom Cruise.
Sure.
And boy, it would be great to be Tom Cruise.
Yeah, we all are our own Tom Cruise, in a way.
But like, a lot of people just want to make a living doing something that they like to do, you know?
Yeah, it's easy to pop people. Folks, the general public is easy to make, like, laugh or entertain or do things for, you know?
Yeah.
It's not hard. There's, like, it's obvious what to do, but there are people that are better at it.
Well, this is the part that I thought was crazy. HuffPost spoke to 3 workers supportive of the unionizing effort, who said they want to be treated like the professional entertainers they are. They say the pay at Medieval Time tends to lag behind comparable industry work, with many performers starting around the New Jersey minimum wage of $13 per hour. That's crazy. You're riding a fucking horse. You're working. Listen, if you're not riding the horse, you're working around horses, which comes with a certain amount of danger.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a safe, it's $13 an hour.
Are they required to have ambulance on site? Do you think there's EMTs there that could even take a clip to the head if it happened or something?
Well, check this out. With many performers starting around the minimum wage.
Wrestling. It sounds like wrestling all over again.
Yeah, $13 per hour and working years before reaching 20. And they believe some workers end up with crucial tasks such as handling horses without sufficient training.
Yeah, fuck that.
Which I believe 100%. They can say that they train these people. I believe that they bring people in for orientation and they say, you're going to be the horse guy. And that person has to do the horses.
This is every job we've talked. Every job has turned into who's crazy enough to stay.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be the right kind of crazy to work with you to maybe that you can turn into a situation where you're making money. But the only people that survive is, like, who's crazy enough to put up with this bullshit.
Well, that's this next part. Every 2-hour show at Medieval Times. First of all, 2-hour shows. Intense amount of time to do a show of what they're doing.
2 times like a Netflix.
Requires careful planning and rehearsal. The knights are essentially stuntmen, leaping from horses and smashing wooden lances on one another's shields as they joust. The show includes complex dressage movements, as well as a falconer who handles a bird as it flies through the arena over the crowd. Performers often do 2 and sometimes 3 shows a day. They treat it like a normal job, and it isn't. One worker who spoke on condition of anonymity for fear of retaliation said of the company.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah. Today, managers will call us a sports team. Tomorrow, they'll call us a theater, but we're treated like a business, like a normal 9-to-5 job. Inadequate staffing and a tight labor market has led to a number of safety concerns. The worker said some performers have felt overworked during the rebound from the pandemic and fear an accident during the show.
I mean, they don't get cuts from, like, tips.
I don't know. Here's this part. With limited security at the shows, performers are the ones left to enforce boundaries and police the crowd, including when guests reach out to touch the falcon as it flies overhead. Those are idiots. I wish the falcon could fucking
never.
Yeah. I'm not fucking with falcons. You see that glove that guy wears?
Yeah, I'm... If a falcon gets let loose in a fucking tent that I'm in, I'm throwing my jacket over my child's head and mine.
Including, I'm scared of it. Hey,
yeah, I'm getting down.
Keep that fucking falcon away from my kid.
Yeah. So many people are like, woo! and their like fingers are getting lopped off.
And workers say the rotating cast of queens is subject to unwanted touching during pre and post show meet and greets with fans, especially with so many bachelor parties on the weekends.
No. Nobody that deals with bachelor parties should get paid less than $100 an hour.
I agree. I think you should. Listen,
That's the worst of the worst. That's people on their worst behavior.
Yeah, bachelor and bachelorette. by the way.
Both.
They're the worst people in the world.
That's combat pay, whatever the military does or whatever they provide, any sort of follow-up PTSD, any of that for dealing with that. If you work Nashville wedding circuits, and you drove around a John Deere tractor trailer, we may be able to get you legal compensation.
The employee recounted a well-known incident during a rowdy Saturday night show when a drunken woman in the crowd made her way up to the throne and tried to grab the microphone attached to the queen's face, requiring the queen to fend the woman off on her own. A police officer was in the castle on duty, the worker said, but he was trying to keep watch on the entire crowd. The worker wants to see a greater security presence, specifically on weekends. It feels like the customer experience so greatly outweighs not only our employee experience, but our safety and our well-being.
People are getting so fucked up that they're just like jumping over the barriers and like grabbing their props and like, hey, I'm a knight.
That's
and
so what's
and the
happening.
cop's getting paid $90 an hour to pretend like he doesn't see it.
Yes. Yeah. Thompson, 25, said he and his coworkers are passionate about their jobs and wound up at Medieval Times because they love their craft. He has spent so much of his life around horses and helps tend to the 24 at his castle, each with its own personality. Most guests don't understand the amount of preparation that goes into a show, he said. 3 issues he hopes the union can force the company to address are safety, pay, and respect. They treat a lot of the professionally trained actors like anybody can do this job, Thompson says. They treat a lot of the stable hands like we're fully replaceable and they can consider it an entry-level job. I've worked entry-level animal care jobs. This is not that. You can get hurt or die doing this. Entry-level to be a stable hand. Like, I worked at... Listen.
Here's a 3 spiral notebook. It says throw 2 quarts of oats at this horse every single day and stay away from the backside of it.
I've worked at I worked, so people like to think that when they take their kid out to do shit that it is like a really safe thing. And I assume that people like to think that when they go to Medieval Times that it's geared toward their safety.
Sure.
And
they drug the horses.
I'm not going to see anybody
they
get
sedated the horses.
I'm not going to see anybody get killed.
Right. Yeah. There's nobody's going to get dragged by a horse. You practice this all. It's pro wrestling. It's kayfabe.
But I can say from my experience working at Chuck E. Cheese, which is another place where that kind of attitude is in play, that like, I mean, I said this before. The motherfuckers had a thing in the ball pit called the ball wash that was like decorative.
Just to show people.
Do anything. You didn't like press a button or it was just there and it said ball wash. So that when the kids jump in there, they think...
you're like, oh, that's a ball wash for the parents.
It's been sanitized. It didn't. It never was. Those balls were all the exact same balls all the time, the whole time I worked there. It's like they are not safe. It's all rickety, man. Everything... We live in a rickety society.
It's Mickey Mouse society. A few weeks ago, we were talking about Mickey Mouse being like the Disney everything, but Mickey Mouse was also it's a bad thing.
Yeah,
because it is. It's like all fake facade, like believe in the magic type stuff. It's like this is a fraud. Everything.
But you think you're safe because you're at this place where there's a falconer there.
Yeah,
but man, that guy might be making $15 an hour.
It's a guy on Craigslist that was like answered a falconer job. You know, you don't know what his training. There's no college you go to for that. You know,
and that's the thing.
You
about
just have
this.
one.
And that's the thing about these places. This is not like they should have a union. They should be making good money. They are.
And they know what they're doing. I mean, it's all of it. It's easy. It's like it's not like they're not artists that are required to create. It's not like there's a blank page in front of them. They recreate a show every single night. This can be totally organized to the point where people can go through a proper amount of training and you can have increases in pay the same way that fucking UPS. Medieval times should be the same. There should be a medieval times, a nationalized medieval times in every major city that people can just join the union and if they want.
I mean, even
People want to do horse shit.
Even then,
I love doing horse shit.
Yeah. I mean, I also am like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's protection in these situations for either the people that are there to as customers or the people that work there. Nobody is protected there.
This is the reason that this show continues on is that like I just don't know why nobody is afraid to say out loud that these people are like very skilled and talented and deserve a lot more than what they fucking get.
I can't figure out why you wouldn't think that
no one can acknowledge that like those people are doing a lot. And it is like this is the part too, like as Americans, as the audience too, we were like, oh, these people are all, you know, handsomely paid for, and it's like, no, they're not. They're getting washed the same way you are at your fucking job.
Yeah.
Like everybody in America is fucking losing by being a part of it. And that's the same for them. But we believe as an audience member that like, you know.
No, this whole thing is safe. These people are.
Everybody here.
The shitty thing is, like you said, when it comes to them being actors, I think that regular people think that they're failed actors.
Right.
But that's bullshit. And you know what, though? Hey, here's the thing. Let them think that. It doesn't matter.
It's not everybody.
And pay them what they do. I don't care what the people on the outside think of it if they're getting paid what they deserve. But if you're telling me that these people are doing a 2-hour show 2 to 3 times a night acting, because I do a podcast and it takes it out of you. It's not, and they're doing like 10 million times more what I'm doing, you know? I don't know how somebody could say they're like failures or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what they have us going for is that we're trying to rank other people's time and how they spend it and how they generate their income as like better or worse than ours, or how people waste their money, you know? Sometimes they get mad about how like, oh, somebody wastes like $50,000 a year, and then you realize there's people that are wasting $50 billion a year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And they deserve, I mean, it's just a good luck to the union there. I would love to hear from some of those people.
Yeah.
Don't know how we can get them, but I would love to hear from, I want to hear more about what the job actually is.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody knows a medieval times worker, please have them call us on Sunday.
That's all this stuff, though. Is like anybody can do it. And it's like not anybody can make a McDonald's fucking drive-through smooth. Not anybody can do it, and you're not willing to pay the person that can. Not everybody can make a medieval times an amazing experience, but you're not willing to pay the person that can. You never were. All of this labor has been devalued from the very fucking beginning.
And you want medieval times. Like you obviously
want it.
You go there.
Love to see it. Just like brighten up, firing neurons in your brain. Like love to see a medieval times nearby.
You want it, but you don't want to respect the people that are making it happen.
Oh, anybody could do that. I could go out there and pretend to be a knight, a big brave knight. Anybody could ride a horse. It's like, no, you couldn't. No, you fucking couldn't.
I could go out there and pretend to be a big brave knight.
Yeah.
I could go out there and be a big boy.
That's what that's like. All of them things. That's the people that like have to be crushed. That's why we have to come out and like. It's almost like it has to be political at this point, where you have to just announce at the beginning of a show that like hundreds of hours of preparation went into this, and like, no, you can't do this, motherfucker.
Hey, this is hard to do.
Same with the McDonald's. Like every McDonald's, it should be like, hey, thanks for stopping at McDonald's. It's not easy to get all these hamburgers made all at fucking once.
Hey,
they give us a minute. We'll talk to you when it's time to eat for you.
That's because at McDonald's, you go to a McDonald's at like 2:00 in the morning and you have to wait like a half hour and you lose your fucking mind. But like anytime that's ever happened to me, I've got up to the window and it's just the manager working.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, well, of course it's one person working.
People won't want to be honest about like what the world is, what they're getting paid, or how those people are rewarded. And I mean, it's also, I think it's maddening because when you go to a place like the medieval times, it's like, I paid $50 for a ticket to dinner, and then I probably got to pay for dinner after that. I'm paying $8 for Pepsis, you know, and then it's like they didn't give any of the money to the people that were out there like jousting each other and stabbing each other and flying off fucking horses at like 15 miles an hour.
I will say this. My guess is that at the top of the ladder at medieval times is the actors. I would guess that they're probably
the Black Knight or whatever.
Yeah, they're probably separated in a sense from the other people, like the stable hands and stuff like that. I think like I'll just say it like this. Back when I worked at the call center, I worked for ISP bellsouth.net, and there was a section of the workforce that worked for small business and made a little bit more money.
Right.
They were allowed to have a little bit longer call times.
Sure.
And they had a lot more availability. Small business.
Right.
And you weren't even allowed to walk down the small business aisle if you weren't working for the small business section.
You had to earn it.
Yeah. You did just don't even. Hey.
Rarefied air.
Don't fucking look at those people. They're better than you. And that's what
build relationships with these fucking mutants that we're making you talk to. Then we'll let you build a business relationship with our small businesses.
Yeah. So I assume I don't know why I think of it this way, but I'm sure that's how they're going to try to prevent this union from happening is by dividing the whole thing.
Maybe it's like these people who just clean up chicken bones, but you're like riding a horse. But the chicken bone person probably wants to ride the horse.
Oh yeah,
which is why there should be like a seniority. Like this is actually. I mean, these type of situations. I love that people are opening up to this idea that like if it's a very repeatable task, you should be rewarded more money the better you get at it, and you should have like a home owning income, and you should have vision and dental, not healthcare. Fuck healthcare. I can go buy that for cheap. I can get a free iPad if I try to get that. I want you to look at my fucking teeth.
Yeah.
Job. I want the job. I want you to look for my teeth.
And Sam in the chat said, I want to hear about the employee drama at one of those places.
Oh, I know.
Fucking.
It has to be wild. I mean, you get everybody in. That's a weird. That's just a crazy crew. Like
it's constant sucking and fucking at medieval times.
I know.
I'm sure of it. You know?
It's a very weird group. You're on weird hours. You're around. The horse pheromones are in the air, so it's all swirling together, and people are like getting rared up.
Yeah.
And
probably
there's like flash in the pans. There's like long haulers. There's so many good folks. Yeah.
It just seems like a sucking and fucking type.
It does. Job. I mean, yeah. Cock of the walk comes in.
Yeah. I mean, Chuck E. Cheese was a sucking and fucking job.
Was it?
Oh my God, was it
really?
Ever? Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
It was big sucking and fucking. Everybody was sucking and everybody was fucking at that place.
Sure.
Everybody.
Because they wanted to get in the animatronics.
Yeah, no.
You're trying to get closer to the animatronics.
It was just all teenagers, and it was kind of one of those jobs that was like good 50-50 gender mix. You know what I'm saying? At that time, that helped quite a bit. We all went to school together, and it was just like, hey, this week Rebecca and Alicia.
That's not the same.
There was a lot of sucking and fucking going on there. Is all I'm saying.
But you're not trying to get closer to positions of power.
No.
Medieval Times is like a Succession TV show.
Oh yeah. No, we were just trying to work and then also sucking and fucking.
That's every restaurant there is.
Yeah,
that's just food service. Here's the thing: they're doing food service, which is a very sucking and fucking industry. But then there's knights. There's people that ride horses that technically have like a leg up on everybody else. They are technically better and cooler and.
Well, yeah, in the business, you gotta say they're better. But there is like actually before
horse riders for me. Yeah.
Before I go, I
go nuts for cowboy butts.
Before we go, I do want to say like I started watching this fucking thing on Hulu called The Bear, and it is about. I've never seen anything get the experience of working at a restaurant so right. It's like. Stressful. Everybody's yelling at each other the whole time. People hate each other and like all that stuff. And I highly recommend
felonies.
It is. Yeah. There's a guy that sells coke in the alley behind the place that works there, and it's got all the stuff. And I just watched it and I was like, oh, the street fight. People would love this fucking shit.
What's it called?
Man. The Bear. It's on Hulu, and it's all just about a guy that like used to work at a fine dining restaurant at the French Laundry, and then washed out and went back to work at his brother's Chicago Italian beef place. He's trying to upscale that shit
Gross.
up, you
Yeah.
know? And it's good. It's very good. And it gets that I'm at work, this is stressful thing. And I just feel like TV's never gotten like what it's like to work a sort of working class job. Like, I never feel like they get that right. I mean, that goddamn guy.
It's hard to do ugly moments and make them work, and also make them just like steam, like just slide by, you know.
That fucking UPS guy, the King of Queens guy, he worked at UPS, was living in a beautiful home in Queens, New York. You know, like that. But these people all.
Well, that's not far fetched.
A UPS guy?
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, Alexander's he's living in Seattle, Washington, one of the most expensive places ever.
True.
I walked through Queens in the middle of the night one time to get back to the hotel, and it was nice.
Queens is beautiful.
It's working class. I'm sure a UPS guy can buy a house there.
True. Okay. Well, I always felt like that show seemed like unrealistic to me.
Just because the pairing of the people.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
that's a joke that people used to say. And one of them's a Scientologist, so, you know, she escaped Scientology. That's good, and we're happy about that. But that is the show. Check out The Bear. Let me know if you like it, because
The Bear.
I think people would really dig it.
It looks obnoxious to me. I'm gonna say from the screenshots, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't like when people tell me that it's like this is exactly what it's like. I'm like, oh no, it's not gonna be what I think it's like.
Oh no, it's close. I mean, I've never worked at a fine dining restaurant, but
Sure.
like I have worked at like restaurants, and it just the noise of the show. It's the noise, really. Like, people are just constantly yelling.
Yeah.
And that is, you know, every experience I've had working at a restaurant.
Sure.
Is people fucking
Loud
screaming
everywhere all the time.
constantly, and being mad at each other all the time.
Yeah.
And people not like,
That
he
does
don't
sound right.
fucking do his job, sorts of things. So I liked it. And that is Street Fight. It was a fun one.
Prep people are always mad about closers, and closers are mad at prep.
True.
Eternal
Oh,
struggle.
God, yeah, closers. I mean, closers are sleazebags, scumbags.
Closers do let more slide.
Yeah.
Because prep people wake up early, they're goody two shoes. They're not going to complain. Prep people you can take advantage of.
Yeah, morning people, because they don't have any control.
They're not going to do anything about it.
Oh yeah,
You
and they
can
don't
run a
see
little
you.
ragged on them. Yeah.
They don't see you. They don't have
When
any
you come
control
in.
on how you close.
They talk shit when you come in. They give you a fucking nickname, and then you're like, whatever. That's fine.
Although the morning people, because I've always been
Grease trap.
I've always been
You never do it.
I've always been a night worker, and I always felt like the morning people leave you a mess. I hate that. They always
Really?
like, you come into work at like 4.
Yeah.
And it's just a fucking mess. And they're like, we don't have time. We were fucking slammed today.
Well, that's also true. It's also because like with prep people though, like they start shit up. But like things don't get shut down till the end of the night, and they're not
Yeah.
there for that. So like they get shit started and make a big ass mess, but then like you wrap it up at the end of the night, you know?
Openers are the scumbags of the world. And
No,
closers,
closers are the
angels.
worst. No, openers are the good. Openers have good credit. Like those people,
Because they go to work.
they
in
budget
the
their
morning.
money. Yeah, they can get up at 7 a.m.
Yeah, I always did hate working like any time after like 9. Or any time after. I'd like to come in at noon. That was always my thing. But that is.
Yeah, I
Street
mean,
Fight.
I would usually as a cook come in on lunch at the heaviest part and then hang out till dinner and then kind of wrap it up before I left.
That's the move. That is the move. And that is the show. We will see you on Sunday.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back this weekend on Sunday night to answer your questions. It's Street Fight, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/Street Fight Radio, patreon.com/Street Fight Radio. If you pledge $1 per month at patreon.com/Street Fight Radio, you will get access to the 20% off code for the Big Bill Haywood tank top and t-shirt that is available on pre-order at store.streetfightradio.com right now. We're doing that for a few more days, and then we're done. You're going to want to get this one. It looks fucking dope. It's the best shit ever. Support the show. Support anarchists in Germany that are helping in Ukraine. Support Zach Bath. Head to store.streetfightradio.